You know, I watched that clip of that stupid fucking phony, Nick Merckx. We got him all huffing and puffing over there. Him screaming and shit. What a fucking phony, that pussy. And I'm going to continue to call his ass out all the time, champs. Just to remind you that people like him exist in this industry. Two-faced, phony, as fake as it can be, man. I'd fucking drop that guy so fast. Anyways, we got him all huffing and puffing. Laughing to himself, but deep down inside, that dude wouldn't do nothing about standing right in front of him. Guy's doing everything he can to stay relevant. And I don't blame him. I mean, he's not... what's his entertainment factor? Being tough, playing video games? Hashtag MFAM, huh? I hate the guy. Can't stand him. He thinks he's so tough going, hey, go fucking cheat on your wife again. I said it. You wouldn't fucking say that in front of me. You wouldn't say that if Mrs. Assassin was right here next to me. That guy's a fucking douche. I'd destroy him. I would destroy him. And the fact that Tim the Tatman's playing with him, it's kind of, I'm like, all right, Timmy, you know? You guys don't, you know, that's who you're playing with? You know, you kind of judge some of these people that they're playing with. It's like, that's who, this fucking guy, this fake fucking tough guy, the trap guy, gets his angle like this. That guy, I don't like him. I hate him.
Well, you know, whatever. We already know the dude cheated on his wife. Then he's talking about, this guy met my wife. I mean, motherfucker, you cheated on her. I met her? That's the highlight here? Yeah, I shook her hand at the Super Bowl halftime for 7 minutes. Yeah, I fucking met her. She was a nice lady. I feel bad for her, man. You know? I hope they figure it out. I seriously, I hope they figure it out. I hope it's great for them, man. I really do. I know it must be hard, this whole thing for them. I hope they figure it out. But I didn't go up there talking shit about his wife and his kid. I just made a little point that I think was important. How you doing this with a wife and kid? That's all I said. And I think it's a pretty fair fucking question. Because everybody thinks this guy is up on some fucking hilltop like we all pray to him or something. What are we doing? What are we fucking doing?
You don't know what you did.
Spamming in the chat. What did he say? That was so controversial that he got his skin taken away. Leave the kids alone. I was right there with them. Boom. Yeah. Get it out. Get it out. Get the message out. And then Activision took his skin away. I didn't hesitate to fucking back him up on that. Even after all that shit. Just because it was ridiculous what Activision did at the time. Based on that, I didn't fucking hesitate. Then this dude hits me up. Hey, I want to talk. Hey, I appreciate you reaching out. All that stuff, right? And then that weird shouldered dude. What's his name? Hassan Abi. That guy. Hassan Abi. Fucking weird shoulder build. Hassan Abi. Had something to say on the Mrs. Assassins and the 2 times anniversary, which, by the way, I think we're going on, damn. This year, I think we're like 18, 19 years. Woo. I mean, rolling. But anyways, this Hassanabi had to say something about that. And then and I felt like Nick Merckx was like forced to like, oh, well, Doc had my back during that. Let me get his back there. Right. Remember, now he's screaming and yelling. He's countering countering himself. Screaming and yelling. Go cheat on your fucking wife again. While my wife and I are sitting here laughing at you. I showed her the clip last night. We were both laughing, and she's going, who the fuck is this tool bag? Isn't that the guy that I met? Didn't he come up and introduce himself at the Super Bowl? I'm like, yeah, that's the fucking guy. She's like, wow. It's unbelievable how fucking fake that tool bag is. He's a two-faced phony.
In March 2020, Twitch signed one of the biggest contracts in streaming history, an 8-figure deal with their most recognizable star. 3 months later, he was gone, permanently banned. No explanation, no warning. For 4 years, nobody officially said why. Then in June 2024, the truth came out. And it was worse than most people had speculated. This is the complete story of Dr. Disrespect, from NCAA basketball player to gaming legend, from Twitch's biggest star to permanently banned, from 4 years of silence to the confession that changed everything. And where he is today, streaming on a platform most people had never heard of, with streamers still refusing to play with him. This is the full timeline. Nothing left out. To understand Dr. Disrespect, you first have to understand Guy Beahm, because the character and the man are two very different things. And that gap is at the heart of everything that happened. Guy Herschel Beahm IV was born on March 10, 1982 in Encinitas, California. He was a serious athlete. He played NCAA Division II men's basketball at California State Polytechnic University, Pomona. Not a casual pickup game player, a real college athlete. After graduating, he moved into the gaming industry, first at Blizzard, then at Sledgehammer Games, where he worked as a community manager and level designer on Call of Duty. He was inside the industry, learning how it worked, understanding what players wanted. Around 2010, he started experimenting with YouTube. Early content, nothing that exploded, but he was building. In 2015, he made the jump. He quit Sledgehammer to go full-time as a content creator. He joined Twitch and started developing the persona that would make him famous. Dr. Disrespect. The sunglasses, the mullet, the mustache, the bombastic, over-the-top, self-proclaimed greatest of all-time character. It was theatrical, it was intentional, and it worked. Between 2016 and 2019, Dr. Disrespect became one of the most dominant streamers on the planet. He rode the Battle Royale boom perfectly. H1Z1, then PUBG, then Call of Duty's Blackout mode. He had the timing, the skill, and most importantly, the character that made him impossible to look away from. In February 2018, his PUBG stream reached 388,000 concurrent viewers. That put him in the conversation with Tyler One's record of 410,000, the two biggest numbers streaming had ever seen at that point. The sponsors came flooding in: Gillette, Asus, Roccat, Game Fuel. These were not small deals. These were the kinds of partnerships that signaled mainstream recognition. In 2017 and 2018, he won back-to-back Streamy Awards for Best Gaming Creator. He was not just popular, he was critically recognized as the best at what he did. In January 2019, Creative Artists Agency, one of Hollywood's most powerful talent agencies, signed him as a client. CAA does not sign streamers for fun. That was a signal that people in traditional entertainment were watching. And then in March 2020, at the absolute height of his powers, Twitch signed him to a new multi-year deal. Reports described it as 8 figures. That is at minimum $10 million. He was untouchable. He was Twitch's crown jewel. And then 97 days later, he was gone.
Dr. Disrespect stream on the platform. Would you ever offer at this time him a contract, considering he does not have one? Monetization options have not been reverted back to his YouTube stream. Do you have any difference of opinion than what you had a couple months ago?
Yeah, making a deal with Dr. Disrespect, like from a financial and a business perspective right now, would make zero sense, right? Like it would do more harm for Kick, and it would be a waste of money at this point in time, is my opinion. Yeah. I don't know. Again, without getting into drama, I'm just looking at this from a business perspective. It would be a waste of money.
June 26th, 2020, Dr. Disrespect's Twitch account was permanently banned. No warning, no prior indication, just gone. The streaming world stopped. This was not a one-day suspension. This was not a 2-week timeout. This was a permanent ban on the man who had just signed an 8-figure contract 3 months earlier. Twitch released a statement that said essentially nothing, that they had evidence the streamer had acted in violation of community guidelines. That was it. And Dr. Disrespect Disrespect himself? He tweeted that Twitch had not told him the specific reason behind their decision. He said he was shocked. His community was shocked. The entire streaming world was speculating. There were theories everywhere. The E3 bathroom incident from 2019, where he had streamed inside a public restroom at the gaming convention, leading to a temporary ban. An affair he had publicly admitted to in 2017, which caused him to take a break from streaming at the time. Industry whispers, forum speculation. Nobody knew, and neither party would say. He moved to YouTube in August 2020. He kept streaming. He kept growing. He sued Twitch for breaching his contract. In March 2022, those legal proceedings ended, with neither party admitting wrongdoing. He confirmed he would not be returning to Twitch and claimed his contract had been paid out in full. So by 2022, he had sued Twitch, settled, been paid, and was successfully rebuilding on YouTube. 4.7 million subscribers. Still one of the biggest names in gaming content. For most people watching, the ban was becoming a historical footnote, an unsolved mystery the industry had quietly moved on from. Then came June 2024. On June 21st, 2024, almost exactly 4 years after the ban, a former Twitch employee named Cody Connors posted on X. Connors had been an account director of strategic partnerships at Twitch. He had inside knowledge, and he wrote, quote, that Dr. Disrespect was banned because he got caught sexting a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The post went viral within hours. Reporter Jake Lucky amplified it. The streaming world erupted. Streaming world. Dr. Disrespect responded immediately, before a full investigation could even begin. He said the situation has been settled, no wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract. He referenced his legal obligations. He denied it. But then more voices emerged. The Verge spoke to a different former Twitch employee who corroborated the account. Bloomberg reported that 3 separate sources confirmed Dr. Disrespect had exchanged sexually explicit messages with a minor through Twitch's Whisper system and had asked about her plans to attend TwitchCon. And then, a former trust and safety employee told Rolling Stone something even more specific. They said that Dr. Disrespect had continued sending graphic messages even after being told the recipient was underage. That he indicated this was, quote, no problem, and continued. On June 25th, 2024, Dr. Disrespect issued his own statement, and in it, for the first time, he confirmed the core of the allegations. He wrote, quote, were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. He denied criminal intent. He said the conversations were, in his words, casual and mutual, and that they sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. He said no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed, he never met the individual, but he also wrote, quote, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. No criminal charges have been filed. Twitch has never made an official public statement on the specific reason for the ban, but after 4 years of silence, the truth was finally out, and the industry responded immediately. What happened in the 72 hours after the allegations went public was one of the fastest and most complete collapses of a streaming career ever documented. Midnight Society, the game studio Dr. Disrespect had co-founded, which he had been building for years, immediately terminated his relationship. Their statement said they had assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved, and that in order to maintain their principles and standards, they needed to act. Turtle Beach, who had a merchandise partnership with him, quietly pulled all of his products from their website. When asked, they confirmed they would not be continuing the partnership. YouTube demonetized his channel and suspended him from the YouTube Partner Program. His income from the platform was cut entirely. Discord, who had removed him from their partnership program back in 2020 following the original Twitch ban, had already been ahead of the curve. His closest friends in streaming, people who had played with him for years, went public with their responses. Nick Merckx, one of his most frequent collaborators, said, quote, that's inexcusable. That's unacceptable. There's no excuse for something like that. I can't support it. I can't defend it. Tim the Tatman, another close friend, expressed similar feelings. And Dr. Disrespect himself went offline. He said he was taking a break. He said he was feeling burnt out. He left. In January 2026, speaking publicly again, he reflected on why streamers still won't play with him. He said he misses playing with Tim the Tatman. He said agencies control those decisions, that playing with him is seen as a reputational risk for others' partnerships. And about Nick Merckx specifically, he said, and I'm going to quote this, Nick Merckx? No, fiad sayek that phony.
You know, I watched that clip of that stupid fucking phony, Nick Merckx. We got him all huffing and puffing over there. Go get him screaming and shit. What a fucking phony, that pussy. And I'm going to continue to call his ass out all the time, champs. Just to remind you that people like him exist in this industry. Two-faced, phony, as fake as it can be, man. I'd fucking drop that guy so fast. Anyways, we got him all huffing and puffing. Laughing to himself, but deep down inside, that dude wouldn't do nothing while standing right in front of him. Guy's doing everything he can to stay relevant. And I don't blame him. I mean, he's not... what's his entertainment factor? Being tough, playing video games? Hashtag MFAM, huh? He thinks he's so tough going, hey, go fucking cheat on your wife again. I said it. You wouldn't fucking say that in front of me. You wouldn't say that if Mrs. Assassin was right here next to me. That guy's a fucking douche. I'd destroy him. I would destroy him. And the fact that Tim the Tatman's playing with him, it's kind of, I'm like, all right, Timmy, you know? You guys don't, you know, that's who you're playing with? You know, you kind of judge some of these people that they're playing with. It's like, that's who, this fucking guy, this fake fucking tough guy, the trap guy, gets his angle like this.
The friendships did not survive. So where does someone go after all of that? In November 2024, Dr. Disrespect signed a deal with Rumble, a streaming platform that has built its identity around hosting creators who have faced restrictions elsewhere. The deal was significant. It included equity in the company and a role as head and advisor of Rumble's gaming category. He produces exclusive content for Rumble Premium subscribers while also streaming free content on the platform. Then in January 2025, YouTube reinstated his monetization.
Champs. We've got some fucking good news today. We got some good news today. Monetization is back. And I'll have everything fixed and cleared up. But ladies and gentlemen, we got our fucking YouTube monetization back. Come on!
Wait, Doc, is this true?
Doc, congrats, brother.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Oh,
Where's the gifted sub button? Where's the gifted sub button?
Get that 100 gifted. Somebody take that 100 gifted for a spin. Take it for a spin.
Doc, oh my God, man. I literally have the chills, dude. I'm so fucking happy for you,
I
man,
appreciate
dude.
it, man. I appreciate it.
Doc, let's fucking go!
YouTube's statement said he had been suspended from the partner program for violations of their creator responsibility policies, and that he had since reapplied and been reinstated after a review of his recent activity. So, as of early 2026, he is streaming on Rumble, monetized on YouTube, with 4.4 million subscribers still on the platform, and still one of the most recognizable faces in gaming content. But the industry around him has changed permanently. The collaborations are gone, the major sponsorships are gone, the CAA representation is gone. Midnight Society is gone. He is streaming. He has an audience. But the version of Dr. Disrespect that existed before June 26th, 2020, Twitch's biggest star, Hollywood adjacent, untouchable, that version is gone and is not coming back. Let me give you my honest take on what the Dr. Disrespect story actually means, beyond the drama of it. The first thing that strikes me is the 4 years of silence. From 2020 to 2024, the entire streaming industry knew something serious had happened. Journalists knew. Industry insiders knew. But nobody reported it publicly for 4 years. That says something about how these platforms handle accountability when the person involved is one of their biggest revenue generators. The second thing is the settlement. Dr. Disrespect sued Twitch, settled, and was paid out his full contract. That means Twitch, knowing what they knew about why they banned him, still paid him. What does that tell you about how the industry values financial obligations versus moral ones? Third, and this is the part I keep coming back to, he confirmed the messages happened. He said yes, there were whisper messages with a minor. He disputed the framing, disputed the intent, said nothing criminal occurred, but he confirmed the core fact. And then he came back. He is streaming right now. He has millions of viewers, and that raises a question that the streaming community has not fully answered yet. What does it mean that an audience that large chose to stay? I am not here to tell you what to think about that. That is a genuinely complicated question, and reasonable people land in different places, but I think it is the most important question the Dr. Disrespect story leaves behind. Not what he did, not the ban, not the settlement. entitlement, the question of what we do with that information. The Dr. Disrespect story is still unfolding. He is streaming. His audience is still there. The streamers who used to be his friends are not playing with him, and the industry has mostly moved on without publicly resolving any of the questions his story raises. I want to know where you land on this, not on the drama, on the real question. When someone confirms something happened, disputes the framing, faces no criminal charges, and comes back, what do we do with that? As an audience? As a community? Drop your honest take below. I read every comment on this channel. If you want every major streamer story covered with this level of depth, subscribe. This channel goes where others don't. See you in the next one.